This week we'll take a look at updated crop condition ratings for U.S. soybeans. We'll also take a look at short-term weather trends as we approach the pod set and pod fill stage here in August. And we'll also take a look at some signs of weakening interest in soybean exports. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the final days of July here, and this market remains extremely volatile. What we're going to do is start out this week taking a look at the latest crop updates from the USDA. Our map, as usual here, highlights deterioration, improvement, or stability in crop condition ratings. Overall, we did see the crop condition good to excellent ratings decline 2 points this week from 60 to 58%. Notice that's significantly below last year at this time at 72%. Most of the deterioration this week was seen in the western Corn Belt as well as the northern plains, but we also saw some deterioration down in the Mid-South and Delta region. However, we did see some improvement across the heart of the Corn Belt, if you will, in places like Illinois, Michigan, as well as Ohio. Overall now, as we look at our soybean crop condition index, we did see that index deteriorate this week to a season low level. It's now only slightly above where it was in 2017. It is notably still above where it was 2 years ago in 2019. However, notice it is below the levels we've seen these last several years. A lot can change over the next month, of course. Let's move on now to crop progress. We're looking at U.S. soybeans setting pods. Over the next 2 weeks, from July 25th to August 8th, we're looking at an additional 32% of the beans set pods on average. So basically a third of the bean crop will set pods. We're at 42% now, so roughly by that first full week in August, we'll be at near 75% of the beans setting pods. That underscores how important weather will be over the next 30 to 45 days. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at short-term weather trends. This week our slides, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at Wednesday night and Thursday night. Now, there is some scattered rainfall forecast over quite a bit of the Corn Belt here. It is scattered variety. The most organized thunderstorm cluster, if you will, is forecast in that southern Michigan, northern Indiana, parts of northwest Ohio, as well as southeast Michigan, southeast Wisconsin range over the next couple days. Now let's look ahead into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. That front moves further south and more scattered rainfall, if you will, maybe a ½ inch to 1.5 inches, but it's much further south than indicated here late week. Now let's take a look at short-term temperatures. We're looking at July 31st to August 4th. That's basically Saturday through next Wednesday. A big change, a very strong cold front is dropping down here, and we're looking at much below normal temperatures across that entire light blue region. So really a much cooler period than we've experienced the last week to 10 days here. Now we're looking at next week rainfall, August 1st to the 5th. Limited rainfall is forecast here across the vast majority of the Midwest here. We're looking at very low humidities associated with that cold front, so that will limit the rainfall amounts. We've highlighted supply. Let's turn our interest to demand trends. Let's take a look at demand specifically from China. As you all know, Chinese interest in soybeans is critical to the market. What we're watching is how fast China is crushing their beans domestically. And what this chart shows here in that circled area, the white circle, is that crush in China, domestic crush in China, fell 3% last week to 1.73 million metric tons. Now here's the important point. The latest 4-week average is nearly 14% below 2020. 2020 in this chart is depicted by that purple background. So there are some questions starting to surface about Chinese demand for soybeans in 21-22. Why is their crush slowing? We don't know. It could be a combination of factors. But what we do know is China is critical to the soybean market, so we'll monitor this closely for you. Let's wrap things up looking at trends in November soybean futures. Once again here we're looking at November 2021 soybean futures are at the highest level for late July since 2012. So as always, we continue to strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage these price movements. Now if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.